Imagine waking up one day and realizing that your name alone is worth more than entire nations. Not your talent, not your achievements, not anything you personally built. Only your name. A name that once ruled the oceans through vast fleets of ships. A name whispered in presidential circles. A name tied to glamour, tragedy, ambition, and unimaginable wealth. Now imagine that this same name is also the reason you cannot live a normal life, cannot trust the people around you, and cannot escape a past that was written long before you were even born. This is not a fictional story. This is the world of Athina Onassis, entered the moment she took her first breath. She did not choose this legacy. This legacy chose her. Today we explore the life of the last surviving heiress of the Onassis dynasty. A dynasty that shaped global shipping, international politics, celebrity culture, and the modern idea of immense wealth. A dynasty that rose faster than anyone expected and fell in ways that feel almost cursed. Athina Onassis stands as the final living thread of this empire. And the incredible part is that she wants almost nothing to do with it. Her journey is one of heartbreaking loss, intense pressure, complicated relationships, long court battles, and a desperate search for a life that is her own. Far from the diamonds and yachts the world assumes she enjoys, her reality is far more human and far more complex. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Today's story reveals a world of wealth, secrecy, tragedy, and endurance that very few people truly understand. This is a different kind of billionaire story, one that shows money does not always bring power. Sometimes it brings chains. Athina Onassis was born in January of 1985. Her mother was Christina Onassis, the only surviving child of the legendary shipping magnate Aristotle Onassis. Aristotle was one of the most powerful businessmen of the 20th century. His empire stretched across global shipping lines, oil transportation, aviation, real estate, and luxury investments. His name was synonymous with influence. He was seen alongside presidents, royalty, and Hollywood's brightest stars. He married Jacqueline Kennedy, the former First Lady of the United States, creating one of the most talked-about unions in modern history. Yet behind the glamorous image lived a family marked by profound suffering. Aristotle lost his son Alexander in a tragic plane crash in 1973. Alexander was only 24. Many people close to Aristotle believe that the loss of his son shattered him in a way he never recovered from. Within a few years, other family tragedies followed. Close friends passed away, business associates died unexpectedly, and the weight of grief crushed him. When Aristotle Onassis died in 1975, his vast fortune and fragmented empire passed to his daughter Christina. Christina Onassis inherited incredible wealth. Some estimates at the time placed her fortune in the billions. Yet her life was far from joyful. She struggled with depression, weight issues, intense emotional battles, and 4 failed marriages. Every relationship seemed to collapse under the pressure of her fame and the expectations placed on her as the only surviving child of Aristotle. She did not want the spotlight. She did not want the empire. She wanted a simple life that money could not buy. In 1988, Christina Onassis died suddenly at the age of 37. The cause was officially pulmonary edema, a fluid buildup in the lungs. Other sources suggest it was complicated by long-term health issues. Regardless of the exact cause, her death shocked the world. Athina, only 3 years old. In that moment, the entire Onassis fortune had only one heir left. A child barely old enough to understand what loss even meant. Athina became the final bearer of the Onassis legacy. She inherited access to the enormous family trust created by her grandfather. But her inheritance did not come with peace. Instead, it came with conflict. After Christina's death, Athina, father Thierry Roussel, took custody of her. She was raised primarily in Switzerland. Her childhood was marked by a constant tug-of-war between her father and a group of Greek trustees who were responsible for protecting the Onassis fortune and the legacy of the family. The trustees believed that Athina would be raised in Greek culture and surrounded by people who understood her heritage. Her father and stepmother Marianne Roussel believed they should be in complete control of her upbringing and finances. For years, the situation led to lawsuits, custody challenges, public accusations, and constant monitoring of how the Onassis funds were being managed. Athina grew up surrounded by lawyers and accountants rather than a stable extended family. However, away from the legal battles and inherited chaos, Athina discovered something that gave her comfort. Horses. Equestrian riding became her passion. It was the one part of her life that did not revolve around her name, her money, or her family history. Horses did not care about the Onassis empire. They did not care about her inheritance. She found peace in training, riding, and competing. Over time, she became a serious athlete in international show jumping, dedicating countless hours to perfecting her sport. In 2005, Athina married Brazilian show jumper Álvaro de Miranda Neto, known widely as Dota Miranda. It seemed like a perfect match. They shared a passion for equestrian sports and built training centers in various parts of the world. For a while, Athina, it appeared that had finally broken free from the shadow of her family's history. She was building a life defined by her own choices and passions. But the Onassis dynasty had a painful pattern. Just as she began to feel settled, cracks started to form. After 11 years of marriage, Athina and Dota divorced. The breakup was bitter and filled with accusations, including claims of infidelity and misuse of her finances. Court records revealed a complicated financial and emotional battle that left Athina deeply wounded. Once again, she found herself alone. Another part of Athina's story that is often misunderstood is the true size of her wealth. Newspapers have described her as one of the richest women in the world, but the reality is far more complicated. While she inherited significant assets from her mother, much of the Onassis fortune was placed into foundations and long-term trusts with strict rules created by her grandfather. A large portion of the original estate funds Greek charitable work through the Alexander S. Onassis Foundation and is not controlled by Athina personally. In many ways, Athina Onassis represents the end of an era. Her grandfather lived loudly, boldly, and publicly. He embraced power, influence, and extravagance. Athina lives quietly, privately, and almost invisibly. Yet she still carries the weight of a story built long before she was born. Her life raises a deeper question about inheritance and destiny. What does it mean to inherit an empire filled with both greatness and sorrow? What does it mean to carry a name that shaped the world but also destroyed those who bore it? What does it feel like to have everything money can buy, except a sense of peace? The Onassis dynasty began with a man who conquered oceans and rewrote the rules of wealth. It ends with a woman who wants nothing more than to live peacefully and freely, without the expectations that continue to follow her. Athina Onassis is not just a billionaire heiress. She is a reminder that behind extraordinary wealth can exist extraordinary loneliness. And behind every famous name can exist a human being quietly searching for meaning. So let me ask you this. If you were born into a fortune that carried the weight of a complicated past, would you embrace that legacy and try to rebuild it? Or would you walk away and create a life entirely your own? Tell me your answer in the comments.